Dr.Dollz here, in a new location in my house. I'm having all kinds of trouble finding a good place to videotape, you know what I'm saying? Our house is large enough, it's just full of so much stuff I have no room to do what I want to do. I'm in the actual entryway of my house now because there's nothing in it. That's why it might sound a little echoey. I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep doing this. Just depends on how this goes. This is my first try. This is a redo from the old channel. I wasn't in front of the camera back then. This is a dark-skinned, I like to call it a dark-skinned witch. I don't call it a black witch or an African-American witch. No, it's just a witch with dark skin. And I will get on the other side of the camera in a minute and get a little closer to this. It has the same characteristics of a light-skinned witch. It just, the skin is darker. This is from our pals at Display Arts, okay? The box is pretty generic, you know. I don't know what you can see here. Display Arts is pretty generic. The odd thing about this, I did get this off of eBay years ago, and it is we come to the conclusion that indeed it is Display Arts, and it does belong in a Display Arts box, but this box says it's a girl caroler. Now I suppose this is a girl, and I'm sure she can sing just fine, but I don't think it's a caroler. I think it's a witch, okay? So somehow that got moved or switched around. I don't know if that was a store thing or somebody did that at their own home. I don't know. But anyway, it's the best-selling animated and illuminating moving figures. Didn't know that, did you? That's what the box says. The box can't lie. Worldwide Display Arts, okay? Since 1935 it says here. All right. Okay, enough about the box. That ought to bore you. If it didn't, I've got more where that came from. Okay, this plugs in, which is always better. It's always better, okay? And she's got a nice little crinoline like slip to keep her dress puffed out the way it should be, so it looks more cool. Got a nice bow, and she's holding the pumpkin. It's either the pumpkin or the skeleton, you know, that's usually the case. Okay, I'm going to turn her on. Okay, she has one of those nifty switches where you can't hear the sound if you don't want to. You don't have to hear the sound, let me put it that way, okay? And she moves okay and everything. Her hat is back here. It's just kind of flattened out from being in the box, you know. But she moves, and I like the switches like this because you can shut off that annoying sound. So we're going to turn on the annoying sound if I can find the switch down here. Typical. That's one thing for sure. They didn't try to get too innovative on their different sounds that they used. So many of them have this exact same thing. Yeah, I don't know how many Motionettes I own myself that have the same exact sound in them. Yeah, they not, you know, I guess, well, that's not what it's all about. It's about them moving. Well, there's not a whole lot of differences in those either. But anyway, we got a on-off switch on in line, which that's common too. But it's a good looking witch. I think I'll get on the other side of the camera and get a little closer for you so you can take a look at it, okay? So hang on. Okay, on the other side of the camera where I don't like to be. Her teeth look good. I mean, oh yeah, they could use some braces, but other than that, they're white, you know, so she does brush a little bit. So that's good. So, yeah, she's got see the glue up here? You see it glued on, hat. And, yeah, that's solid there. That's not cloth there, okay. And then the pumpkin, pretty, usually you don't see the big screw-on area right through there. It's usually setting more flush to the hand, so that's a little different. Hands are the typical big, well, you know, the big hands, but they're the typical, you know, And yeah, it's got the blue eyes. You know, all your witches have blue eyes, right? Okay, and then underneath, what do we got here? We got the, can you see that okay? The half legs, all hard all the way up. And then they got the post, metal pole things going up into her body. Okay, let's flip her around here. Bow in the back, like I mentioned. And then the on-off switch music. You know, it just says on-off on the music. The actual switch, of course, is in line. And there's her hat that I told you was bent back. Okay, so there she is, Display Arts. I think this is about a, I didn't measure it, I should have measured it. I do this every time, don't I? She's the larger figure, anywhere from 20, 22, like that. That's the common. A lot of them tout that they're 24s, but most cases they are not. You know, so that's it for the Display Arts witch. And I guess I'll stay on this I guess I'll stay on this side of the camera to sign off. I guess I don't have to go back in front. And that's it for this segment of the Dr. Dollz show. And I don't know what we'd name her. She don't really have a name. You know, all the typical witch names. Anyway, that's our dark-skinned witch from Display Arts. And I hope you've enjoyed this segment of the Dr. Dollz show. I'll see you next time.